Hi, this is Jack Stanley, and I wanted to talk about a little bit of what if. And that is World War I. What if the United States had not joined the conflict? What would have happened? How would things have gone? And would it have been better had Germany won the war? I've thought about this now and then and had some wonderful conversations with various historians and everybody else, and it gets heated at times. But I have thought about this and said, if indeed Germany had won World War I, which, as we all know, was an unnecessary war, it had no reason to happen, because there were no bad guys. And if indeed Germany had won World War I, and the fighting stopped, and they had an armistice, and France said, enough, and England said, enough, and then they all went back, and they all rebuilt, Germany most probably would not have tried to rape France and England. Because if you look at World War I, the thing is, when the Allies won, they totally destroyed Germany. And a lot of it was out of spite. You have to remember that Clemenceau from France, he was still angry over the conflict of 1871, which was the Franco-Prussian War. And then, of course, Germany was founded in France, after the war, because France attacked them. And within 3 weeks, the Prussians had totally finished off the French military and basically held them hostage. And of course, Napoleon II was being held under house arrest. And then while they were in France, Bismarck and the gang, they all got together and formed Germany. And so after World War I, once the Americans got involved, which was a mistake, Germany was torn to pieces. Germany was humiliated. The Kaiser had abdicated on the 9th of November, 1918. The armistice was set for November 11th, 1918, judging on Woodrow Wilson's 14 points, which the Europeans had no interest in whatsoever, and that didn't really take place. But had it been reversed, I have a feeling that this history, our history, and the lives of millions upon millions and upon millions of people would have been spared. Because by what the Allies did after World War I, guaranteed another war, guaranteed Hitler, guaranteed a desire to repudiate the harshness of the Treaty of Versailles. Sometimes I wish I could exhume the members of the Treaty of Versailles and slap them all, because it was somewhat of a country club. If you think about it, you had Wilson, David Lloyd George, Clemenceau, and for a little bit Orlando from Italy. And the big three, Orlando wasn't with them all the time because he kind of got tired of it and left. They chopped apart the world, changed everything. Woodrow Wilson had somewhat of a Christ complex. He was saving the world. David Lloyd George wanted property. And, and Clemenceau wanted revenge. This is an ugly trio. And that's not what you need when you want to make a peace, because all they did was create a new palette for war. So had Germany won, we wouldn't have had a Hitler. Had Germany won, I think we would have had peace in Europe for many years. Had Germany won, millions of Jews would not have been killed. Millions of various religions, various homosexuals, whomever, would not have been killed under the frightening reign of the Nazis. And the Nazis were basically created because of the Treaty of Versailles. Because they were so angry having been violated. And, they blamed Germany for the war, and Germany didn't start it. Kaiser Wilhelm was sending telegraph messages to various leaders and various relatives to calm down. But they wouldn't. The war was declared, and the dominoes all fell. And you had World War I. And then who did they blame for World War I? The individual who was sending the telegram saying, calm down. I'm not absolving Kaiser Wilhelm of complicity. Of course he was involved. There was an arms race going on between England and Germany. These relatives, they were all related. Queen Victoria sent her children in every which direction to become part of various monarchies. But I also think that had World War I ended with Germany in the winning side, there would be a lot less problems in the world today. A lot of people would disagree with me. But I don't see how we could look at the Treaty of Versailles and say it was good, because all it did was become a recipe for a future war, and on the tail end of the war to end all wars. What do you think?